Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Locks of the Day podcast. This is episode number 31. I'm here once again with Zach and Andrew. Of course, we're here to lock in with all the premium locks for free today on Thursday, February 20th. There's a big game today. We have the NHL Four Nations Championship game. I don't know if you've heard, it's massive. Okay, you got USA versus Canada. They're battling out, they're beefing it out. Who's going to win? We got you later, okay? Stick around. That's going to be our last one that we tell you about. But first, we're going to give you our NBA premium picks, then our college basketball premium picks, and then, of course, our tennis premium picks. So we'll get right into it for you guys. And Andy, give them the NBA three-star to kick it off.
Yes, sir. Three-star for tonight in the NBA will be the Pacers money line against the Memphis Grizzlies. That's a series splitter here between the teams. They've already played. Grizzlies won the first game by 15. But that was at the start of the season, like only 10 games in, and that's when the Pacers were actually struggling. They had a record under 500. And looking at that game, Halliburton couldn't hit a shot to save his life. He only took 10 shots, nine of them being three, so he was very three heavy that game, didn't drive the ball at all. That's mainly because the two bigs down low for Memphis, Edie and what's his name, Jaren Jackson Jr. So it's tough to drive on them. So I expect like a kind of high scoring night between these two teams. Only over 85 threes were shot in that game too. So they were just looking to just try to throw one up and just splash. Um, and everyone on the Pacers can shoot too. So they have a starting five that all shoots threes. Even their two big men, Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, they both average over shooting four threes a game. And they also lead the Pacers in 3-point percentage. So that could also force Edie and Jaren Jackson to guard the 3-point, and possibly Pacers can get some second chance points with some offensive rebounds. So I like the Pacers money line tonight, plus 120, and little 3-unit play. Zach hit him with a quick two.
Yeah, so for our two starts tonight, we're going De'Aaron Fox over 24 and a half points. Originally in this game, I want to take the Spurs. Woke up this morning. Victor Wembanyama has a cold. Man is sick. So he's out tonight, and the line jumped like crazy. Went from Spurs minus 1.5 to Suns minus 3 now. So we're going to lock in. We're going to go De'Aaron Fox for 24 and a half and a minus 110. He's been very solid since he's come over from the Kings. He's averaging right around that 23 to 24 mark. Wembanyama's shooting about 20 shots a game. So that's going to be more shots to even out for the Spurs. And a guy like Chris Paul is going to be feeding the ball. He's not really going to shoot. You might see guys like Devin Vassell shoot a little bit more tonight, but in a game where they're facing the Suns, who are one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA, this man's going to be shooting. And this game should be a close game, even though the line is kind of moving the other way. So I think 24 and a half is a little bit low for someone who's probably going to take about 20 to 25 shots tonight. So I'd say 24 and a half points. De'Aaron Fox minus 110 is our two start.
Love it. So that locks in the NBA locks, and obviously keep it with basketball. So Andy, give him the college basketball one.
Yep. Three-star for tonight will be North Alabama plus 6.5. It's a minus 115. They're playing Lipscomb University. Uh, North Alabama currently top of the ASUN conference with a 20-8 record, and 12-3 in conference. They're one game ahead of Lipscomb, so this is kind of a big game coming down to the end of the season. But North Alabama is on a 6-game win streak, and they're playing solid team basketball with all five of their starters averaging over 10 points. So not worried about like their main scorer, Jakari Lane. If he doesn't get hot, not worried. They have plenty of other ways to score. But both these teams have played. North Alabama won that first matchup by 10 at home. Usually I would go with the season splitter here, but just not doing that because this isn't really like a road game. These schools are very close together. They're only like a hour and a half, 2 hour car ride. So, but main reason why I love North Alabama getting 6.5 is because they're 19-9 against the spread. Uh, they're top 15 in the country when it comes to covering spreads. And it's hard to bet against a team that's 20-8 and 19-9 against the spread. So it's like, uh, that's hard. Like good teams win, great teams cover, and they're both of them. So, lock in North Alabama plus 6.5 at a minus 115, and Zach will give you a nice little two.
Yeah, so this is going to be another series splitter. This is going to be Middle Tennessee State -4.5. They're at home against Louisiana Tech tonight. They lost the first game against Louisiana Tech by about 9 to 10 points, but they're starting to pick up the pace. They just played a good Kennesaw State team, beat them on the road, went into Western Kentucky, beat them on the road. And on the other side of things, you got Louisiana Tech kind of faltering. They got killed by Kennesaw State, lost to Jacksonville State. They got killed by Liberty. So they've been struggling a little bit. I think the big thing that I'm looking at here is I'm looking at the better defensive team in this game. I'm looking at, even though you're going to look at stats, say Middle Tennessee gives up 2 more points. Middle Tennessee is a much tougher strength of schedule this year than what Louisiana Tech played, considering Louisiana Tech just absolutely dogs some Division II schools. Just not fair for those poor kids. But I mean, Middle Tennessee's putting up more blocks a game, more steals. They're getting more rebounds as well. And that's kind of what I'm looking at, is that they're a little bit of a bigger team. They're going to try to box out. They're going to rebound. They got the home crowd behind them. And, even though, like we said, they lost the first time to these guys, there's a reason they're 4.5 point favorites. They have a better conference record as well. They're 8-4 in conference, and Louisiana Tech is 6-7. So I like them today. So we're going Middle Tennessee State -4.5, -110, and that's your 2-star. Lock that in.
Beautiful. So there's all your basketball locks for tonight on Thursday. So now we'll kick it right into tennis. Both of the tennis picks are ATP Rio de Janeiro. We swept the last two podcasts in tennis, and we're looking to do it again, fellas, okay? The 3-star is going to be Alexander Mueller, moneyline, +185 versus Tomas Etcheverry. Mueller is number 60 in the world versus Etcheverry, who's number 43 in the world. This match is on clay, which Etcheverry is Argentinian, so he does love his clay. And yes, he is a good player, of course, but he has been a little shaky over the past month. Sometimes plays really well, other times having close matches with players who shouldn't even be on the same court as him. And then meanwhile, you got Alexander Mueller, the Frenchman, who has been on a heater this past month. Hard court is his best surface, but he really can't be overlooked on clay either. He's just a very solid player overall. And he's been holding a lot tighter service games recently than Etcheverry has, which I'll definitely take the better server who's been more consistent recently. And if you're going to give me plus value like that in this match, I'm taking it, okay? So lock in a 3-star Alexander Mueller +185. Then on to the 2-star. Like I said, ATP Rio de Janeiro still. Luciano Darderi +4.5 at a -135 versus Francisco Cirandola. Now, Darderi is ranked number 61 in the world. Cirandola is ranked number 26. Both are very solid players here. Cirandola has been on an absolute tear lately. I can't lie. He's been playing incredible. He actually just beat Darderi 6-4, 6-4 less than 2 weeks ago, which we would have won that bet, though, because Darderi +4.5. He only lost by 4. How you doing? And I expect him to do it again, if not win. But Darderi is 3-17 in his last 20 matches, which sounds absolutely insane. That's terrible, right? But keep in mind, a lot of those losses he should have lost. He's playing against a lot of great players, so don't look at 3-17 as that bad, because it's really not. And Cirandola is not much better, if at all. He is just kind of playing a little better in the moment. But they are 1-1 head-to-head, and both matches have been very tight. And I expect this match to be tight as well, and Darderi to keep it within 4. If not, like I said, even squeak out a nice upset. And he's a +265 money line. That's not the pick, but if you want to be a little risky, you might win this match. Just saying that now. But lock in the 2-star, Luciano Darderi, +4.5 at a -135. Those are your tennis locks. Get them in there, fellas. Now we'll move on to a little 4 Nations hockey pick. If you're not tuned into this game tonight, I don't know what you're watching, okay? This is the game of the day. This is the game of the week, probably the game of the month, okay, Andy? So give them what the hell the pick is. Everyone wants to hear it. Give it to them.
Come on.
You see it.
Come on.
You see the flag.
Right there.
Like, don't
It's
play
right,
games.
it's right there. It's right behind the kid. It's obviously USA. If you haven't been tuning into this tournament, it has been absolutely killer. It's been so insane to watch. Like, I mean, you got the best playing. Like, the only thing I could ask for is like Russia being added in, just a little firepower. Like, that team would have been sick. But like what we've got so far, like, is crazy. Like, way better than like an original All-Star weekend. like for sure.
Way better. And
Yeah,
USA Canada, bro.
yeah,
Are you kidding me?
yeah.
We're trying to take some hockey rights from Canada over here. This is a
No,
big battle.
we are like we are.
Yeah.
We're taking that from them easily. Like this
And
is
if anyone's hurt tonight, they're playing. I don't give a shit. Like,
yep,
this is hockey, fellas. Like, I don't care what your injury is, you're playing. Like,
yep.
you're all out for your team all the time. Hockey. Like, this ain't no other league all-star crap. Like, everyone is all in on this game.
Yeah.
Both teams are all in. Like, they don't give a shit about anything else. It's tonight or nothing. Like, all these players are saying how this is the biggest game they've ever played in their life, and it's tonight. So you better be watching.
Yeah, yeah.
USA money line, lock it in.
Yeah, it's crazy how people are also complaining about like, oh, it's in season, they can get hurt, and it's like, dude, it's like these like it's for the country. It's like these guys actually care about playing. Like you're gonna see big hits, like you're gonna see fights. Like, yeah, they might get injured and might not be able to like play for a couple weeks or maybe a couple months. Like who knows what's going on? Like especially McAvoy. Like McAvoy got banged up. Like
Dude, his eye's terrible.
yeah, like and he went a collarbone right into that right into the net. Like he got cross-checked right from behind. So it's like, yeah, unfortunate injuries can happen, but these guys are playing for like something that's bigger than their actual team. Like they're playing for their country here. It's like
A
it's
lot of
big.
pride with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of pride that comes with it.
That's what
It's like,
makes it so great. Like,
yeah, so entertaining.
playing for something.
Hmm.
Seriously. Like you look at, I mean, I saw PK Subban say the other day asking not to shit on NBA, but he's like, you got all these NHL guys playing with pride. Like, what are the NBA guys actually playing for? Because half the time they don't even play.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you're not even
Yeah,
hurt and you don't play. Then you got these guys
yeah,
in an
it's bad.
all-star game and they're fucking fighting 3 fights in the first 9 seconds and just killing each other. Meanwhile, they play on the same teams in the league. But it's like, since they're
Yeah.
from different countries, they don't give a shit right now. They're just killing each other. Like, you're an enemy. I don't care who you are. Like, simple as that. And then I heard Zach was watching NBA All-Star game while this game was on. It's like, are you crazy? Like, are you
I
going to do the
was, I
same thing
was.
tonight?
I don't know. I might indulge in a small-sided Virginia Military Institute college basketball game, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I wanted to check out the skills competition. Meanwhile, I'm missing out these fights, and I got Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama chucking balls off to the side. I got Draymond Green can't make a bounce past 20 feet. Which, if you guys took Team Warriors in the skills challenge, I'm really sorry because I had to watch Draymond Green do that for 20 seconds. That was brutal. I was pissed off about that one, but. I mean, it was just the whole format of it. I mean, you got guys in the dunk contest who just like from what it used to be, like, sorry to go off topic, but from what we saw in like 2016, when you had like Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon trading like generational dunks to like what I saw this year, it's like Mac McClung was the only guy that came in and was like, okay, I've got dunks prepared. These other guys were just going to like free ball it and be like, okay, I'm here. Cool. And it was just the biggest waste of time. But I will say I also did see a thing that you could bet on the lowest score being under, I think it was like 38 and a half points. And one of the guys for the Bulls didn't even dunk one round. He missed it like every single time. They can't go lower than 40 points for judges' scores. So if you took the under or going under basically of like 38, then you automatically lost when you put your bet in.
oh my God.
It was
That's
fucked. It
bold.
was, I don't know if this
That's
was on, I think it was on either FanDuel or ESPN. They had it on there, but a bunch of people probably took an under because they had no idea who these guys were who were dunking and they couldn't go under a 40. So as soon as you put the bet in, you automatically lost your money. It was fucked.
that sounds
But
like
yeah,
a
the NBA was an absolute fucking joke this year. It was terrible.
yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like a classic NBA bet. They just want your money. And that's the
of
thing
course.
with the NBA, it's they're completely lost. Like they'll never figure it out. Like they don't it's just it's hard to market these guys in like in an all-star game. Like dunk contest is sick. 3-point contest is sick. The skills competition is fucking useless. Like that shit's so dumb. Like, yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
guys like hit threes. Like, absolutely. I want to see guys dunk the ball. It's like, I mean, Blake Griffin, that's what I grew up like watching too. So it's like, I mean,
Beast. Yeah.
yeah, it's like that's dunking. And I mean, they sadly just don't really have that anymore. You got to get fucking Mac McClung from the G League to fucking dunk. It's like that's
Because
sad.
Yeah.
they don't play with pride. Well, we'll
No,
just
they
put it that way.
don't.
They don't actually care. They're not there to play hard. They're just there to be there.
Yeah,
They're just there to be there. That's it. But
they're
then it's like
collecting a
tonight
bag.
hockey game. They're there to fucking. It's pride. They're there
Yeah.
to kill you. Like they're not there just to be there. That's
Yeah.
for sure. They're trying to win the game. They're there for more than. End of story. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say. All I know is tune into that game tonight because it's gonna be fucking crazy. Okay. And USA money line, go USA. Canada, I'm sorry, you're becoming a part of the USA after this one. But anyway, so that wraps up podcast number 31. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gents, and we will see you next Thursday. Get all those locks in, and peace.